Three strangest cars made by BMW, Mercedes, and Lamborghini. Imagine opening your car door, form the front. Sounds crazy, right? Well, BMW actually made a car like that. And that's not even the strangest car on this list. Today we're looking at three of the strangest cars ever made by BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Lamborghini. Let's start with number 3. Number 3, BMW Isetta. At first glance, the BMW Isetta doesn't even look like a normal car. It's tiny, it's rounded, and it almost looks like a little bubble on wheels. But the strangest part is the door. Instead of opening from the side, the main door is located at the front of the car. So when you want to get inside, you literally open the front of the car and climb in. Even the steering wheel and dashboard were connected to the front section. The Isetta was introduced by BMW in 1955. It used a tiny single-cylinder engine with only around 12 horsepower. That doesn't sound impressive today. But the Isetta wasn't built to be a supercar. It was designed to be small, simple, and economical. And here's something most people don't know. BMW didn't originally create the Isetta. The basic design came from an Italian company called ISO. BMW licensed the design, modified it, added its own engine, and turned it into the BMW Isetta. And surprisingly, it became a huge success. BMW produced more than 161,000 Isettas before production ended in 1962. So yes, one of BMW's strangest-looking cars became one of its most successful small cars. But our next car is strange for a completely different reason. Number 2, Mercedes-Benz C111. Imagine Mercedes-Benz building a futuristic orange supercar with gull-wing doors and a completely experimental engine. That's the C111. But here's the interesting part. Mercedes-Benz never intended the C111 to become a normal production car. It was basically a rolling laboratory. Mercedes used it to test new technologies and different types of engines. The first C111 appeared in 1969, and one of the most unusual things about it was its Wankel rotary engine. Later versions used even more powerful versions of the technology. The car looked so futuristic that people actually wanted to buy it, but Mercedes didn't put it into normal production. Instead, the company continued using the C111 to experiment with technology and performance. And that's what makes this car so interesting. It wasn't just a supercar. It was a test bed for the future. But if you think a futuristic Mercedes with an experimental engine is strange, wait until you see number 1. Number 1, Lamborghini LM002. When you hear the name Lamborghini, you probably imagine a low-fast supercar, not an enormous off-road vehicle. But Lamborghini actually built one. It's called the LM002. And this thing was completely different from the Lamborghini most people know. The story started with an earlier off-road project called the Cheetah. Lamborghini eventually developed the idea into the LM002. And then they did something absolutely crazy. They put a massive V12 engine into it. The engine was a 5.2-liter V12, related to the engine used in the Lamborghini Countach. The LM002 produced around 450 horsepower. And despite weighing more than 2.7 tons, it could reach around 210 kilometers per hour. That's seriously fast for something this huge. But Lamborghini didn't build it just for speed. It was designed to handle difficult terrain, too. Special Pirelli tires were developed for the LM002, including use on sand and desert terrain. And here's another crazy fact. Lamborghini built only 301 examples of the LM002. So this wasn't just a strange Lamborghini. It became one of the rarest and most unusual vehicles in the company's history. And that's the crazy thing about these three cars. BMW built a tiny car with a front door. Mercedes built a futuristic experimental supercar that never entered normal production. And Lamborghini built a massive V12 off-roader. They are completely different cars. But each one shows what happens when a car company decides to think outside the box. So, which one would you choose? The tiny BMW Isetta, the futuristic Mercedes C111, or the insane Lamborghini LM02?